Rio, Rio, Rio,
Hello, everybody. Long time no see. I haven't made a video in like months. Life been lifing as usual, so it kind of got me away from my content. I, for the past few months, have been focused on school, trying to get all my classes together so I'm able to apply for either the radiology program or nursing program for next year. So I've been busy with that. Of course, busy with the kids and also trying to work on my health, eat better, exercise, get into the gym. So mainly my main content that I've been doing is TikTok. And I've been running to a lot of people on posts lately telling me like, "Hey, I'm watching your TikToks. Like your TikToks are so interesting. It helped me get information before I moved here to Alaska." So today I just wanted to do a short video on some of the questions that kind of stood out to me that people may not know before they get here and may not know who to ask or get this information from. So I'm hoping that some of it is helpful. I went through some of my videos that not only that are on TikTok, but I went through the YouTube videos as well. I haven't been looking at the comments like I usually will before because I've been so busy with school, and next week is like finals. So being that school ends on May the 1st for me, I've had a little more time in the past few days to like figure out what kind of new videos or TikToks and stuff that I want to do. So I last night, knowing that I should have been asleep, for some reason I'm like a night owl and I'd be up until like 2 and 3 in the morning, knowing well I have to get up at 6 to get my kids ready for school. But yeah, I'm hard headed. I've been like that for years. I'm just a night owl. And I was thinking of like, what could I do some content on for myself? Try to get back in the group of things, trying to at least try to post a video at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. And I went through some of my comments. And I feel like some of these questions would be helpful for other people as well. So, yeah, I'm just going to do this video today, answering a few questions about Alaska. So, I hope you guys like it. All right, so my first question is I saw this one on, I want to say, YouTube last night, and I thought it was a very good question. How diverse is it here in Alaska? So, they wanted to know the difference between Anchorage and Fairbanks. So, when I went to Anchorage, I would pretty say that it was, for me, I felt like it was pretty diverse. I got to see people of all colors, races. I didn't feel like I was, in a strange place, sort of say. Um, Not to mean it in a negative way, but I will say this: as being in Fairbanks, I've been in Fairbanks for going on 3 years. This upcoming November, I'm almost out of here, people. Almost. Only have a few months left. We don't know our next duty station just yet, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, Fort Moore, because I would love to go back to Georgia, or Fort Liberty because I have no problems going back to North Carolina. But hopefully, in the next few weeks, I can give you guys an update and let you know where I'm going. But to get back on the question, here in Fairbanks, me and my family, we have always kind of felt like, not, I'm not gonna say outsiders. We always felt like we were the only ones. Like if I went to certain doctors' offices, I usually am the only black person in there. Me and my husband not too long ago went to a restaurant. We were literally, not even kidding, the only black people in there, in that restaurant. And the people was nice. Don't get me wrong. I've never ran into a situation living here in Fairbanks where I've had anybody make racist remarks or mistreat me or my family. But this is probably the first time that I had ever been to a place where I don't see as many people look like me. I remember our first probably month here, and we had went to this restaurant. It's called the Banks. It's really good. We went there, and we had been used to going there for like the past couple of weeks of being here. So we felt comfortable. The staff is always nice, food is always great. And then when we got there, we saw another like black couple. They were sitting by us and they came to our table and was like, "Oh my god, like we feel so comfortable that is someone here that look like us." Don't think because black people, we bring anybody to the cookout. We don't care that sometimes we don't feel out of place when we go somewhere and we're like, OMG, like it's just us. I mean, I ran into a couple weeks ago, me and my kids went to McDonald's, and we were in the little playpen area. My kids having the time of their life, but I realized, wow, it's just us. It's nobody in here that looks like us. And living here in Fairbanks, I have ran into that a million times where I went to doctor's offices, I've went to restaurants. One time I swear I thought I was the only black person at Walmart one morning until I saw my old manager that I used to work with when I was working at the shop at here. And I was like, oh my God, I thought I was the only one. I'm so glad to see someone that looks like me. But then, when Anchorage, it was different. When we went out to eat to Texas Roadhouse, we went to eat at this pizza place. There were more diversity. Like it was a few of us, a few of every other race. So it was like, oh, okay, this is cool. But you got to realize, me coming from Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, there's a lot of black people there, and it's very diverse there. The same thing with North Carolina is very diverse. I always tell my best friend Linda, she's white, and I always tell her, like, if you want to know how it feels for me, I was like, just picture you being in Atlanta, which she would love. She wouldn't care because there were situations years ago when we used to go out places and go to like clubs and stuff, and she would be the only white person there, and she didn't feel out the box. She was like, "Hey, I'm fine," but I had never dealt with that before until moving here. But as far as that, yes, you will kind of feel out the box. You will notice that, yeah, maybe I am the only colorful person that's in the room. But what I've noticed from the people here, they're all super nice. Yes, and there are a lot of other races here. Don't get me wrong. Don't think that it's just white people. No, everybody is here. You have Hispanic, you have Islanders, especially since the fact that, and you have indigenous people. Think about it. It's a military base. So on this base, of course, everybody is here. But as being a black person, sometimes stepping off pose, I do notice that I'm the only one, but I will say no one has ever made me feel uncomfortable while being here. I've never had a bad experience with anyone here, which I love. Being that I'm from the South, we always, if anybody know anything about the deep South, people like us do come across other people that don't like us, because of the color of our skin. But I will say this, being here in Alaska, I've never had that experience. Everybody I've ran across, I'm sorry, no matter what color they was, they've always been super nice to me. So yeah, it is diverse here in Fairbanks. To answer the question, it is diverse in Anchorage. But I will say, in certain situations here in Fairbanks, you do notice that, hey, I may be the only black person in the room, but just know the people that are in that room with you are not going to treat you any differently. They're just going to treat you like any other normal person. All right, so this question is for my sisters here. I had that are watching, all my sisters that are watching me. I had someone ask me a question to ask, are there any hair braiders and did I braid? Because of course, if you watch my videos, I keep my hair braided. Unfortunately, no, I was not blessed with the gift of braiding. I wish I was because I could save some money, but I love my hair braider because she does an amazing job. But yeah, nope, I am not a hair braider. Me personally, as being black, I have four daughters. They all have long, thick hair, and I'm always doing hair, and I rarely have time to do my own hair. So, what have I been doing for the past few years? I just make sure every few months I keep braids in it. So, I really won't have to deal with my hair. I can just focus on my children's hair. But yes, there are braiders here. Um, what I find is very helpful for us, the Facebook page. So, there is a Fort Wainwright Melanin page that you can go to, and pretty much it'll just give you information on who's able to do, our kind of texture hair, who's able to do braids and stuff like that. People do not think that this is like a separate thing where, oh my god, all the black people are trying to separate themselves, because I did like, I remember when I first got here, there are other Facebook pages, that deal with Fort Wainwright, and they were like, oh my god, like, why would they do that? Why are they separating themselves? It has nothing to do with separating ourselves. It's just the fact of, we need help and information on who can do our texture of hair. Where can we buy hair? What hair would be good for the type of style that we're trying to get? So no, it's not trying to separate people or nothing like that. It's just, as a black woman, would be a little bit more helpful to talk to people like me who know what I'm going through and be like, hey, who can I get to do my hair? Because this is exactly what I had to do. When I found out that it was a melanin page, I was like, oh my God, yes, it's some people like me. Now I can figure out how to get my hair done, or where I can get certain hair supplies. Because all of us, we're all different races. So of course we have all different textures of hair. So it's very nice to talk to other black women that knows what I'm going through, know what I'm dealing with, and can give me the information that I need. But yes, you're coming here and you need to find some information on where to get your hair done, where to get it braided, or maybe where to get your hair cut, or where to even buy hair so you can get your hair braided. All you would have to do is just go to, it's Fort Wainwright Melanin, put that in on Facebook, and you'll be able to find all the information you need. I'll tell you, all the people that are on there, they are extremely helpful. I was able to find my hair braider on there, my first one. I found her on there. And after like 5 months of doing my hair like wonderfully, she ended up getting stationed at Fort Hood. So I was like, oh my God, now I have to start over again. But I was able to find someone else that I love so much. She always keeps my hair looking great. I will be back again for my birthday in June to get something redone for my 34th birthday. But yes, just go to Facebook, put in the Fort Wainwright Melanin, the page will pop up, and you'll get all the information that you need from there. So, my next question is, when does the first snow start here in Alaska? So, from my experience, from the past 2.5 years that I've been here, the snow always starts in October. So, like I said, the summers are extremely short here. You only feel summer for June to me. This is just my opinion. I feel like you only feel summer in June and July. And then once August, like the probably the third or fourth week in August, it starts feeling a little fallish, and then September, you might as well say it just fall all along, because leaves are changing yellow and orange. And then by the time October come, it usually snows between either the first week of October or the second week. So I've experienced both. My first year here, it did it like the first week. And then last year, I was like, fingers crossed, like, please, I want to experience a Halloween with no snow, because it reminds me of home, like home, being back in the South. It doesn't snow in the fall. So I'm able to see the beautiful like grass and stuff while I'm trick or treating. But no, by the time Halloween comes here, it's gonna be fully a white wonderland everywhere. This year for Halloween, it wasn't as cold as it was last year. Well, last year for Halloween, 2023's Halloween wasn't as freezing temperatures as it was for 2022. 2022 Halloween was horrible because it was so cold. It was nice because all the parents here, still take the time to be outside, giving candy, giving all kind of other extra like toys, books, stuff like that. And I noticed people love Halloween here. Like people do great decoration. And I'm like, it's too cold to be out here. Like I set my bucket out last year. Last year I literally just set, actually the since I've been here, I just set a bucket out and it be gone in like 5 minutes. I should learn my lesson to not do that. But yeah, I do. And like last year, I tried to do better and like put candy in like individual packs. And I was like, maybe the kids will just take one pack at a time. It didn't happen. No. But last 2023 Halloween, it felt like a cool night, but it was so nice. Me and the kids were walking. I didn't drive because in 2022 I drove because it was so cold outside. It was like freezing temperature. So I drove to every house. Last year, I did not drive from house to house. We walked, and it was actually nice, and so many people was out. But yes, the first snow here always hits either the first week of October or like the middle, like around the 15th or 16th. Because I was praying last year. I was like, oh my God, it hasn't snowed yet. So we're probably going to get away with this. We're probably going to like get a October, a Halloween with no snow. It didn't happen. By the time Halloween came, it was full of snow everywhere. But yep, if you're coming here in October or coming here in September, just be looking for either the first week or the second week. That's when the snow touches down officially. So, for my next question I have is during the winter time, do we keep our cars on all day? So, I had a TikTok video that went viral, like 1 million views a few months ago, because I had to take my daughter Jordan to the doctor's office. She wasn't feeling well. And when I realized as I was walking out of the hospital that every car was on, every car, and I did leave mine on because I knew Bassett with certain doctor's appointments that kind of work really fast. I knew we were probably going to be in there for like 30 minutes and that's it. So I left mine on. Um, a lot of us do leave our cars on. I will say, while living on post, if I'm going to the commissary, shop at doctor's appointments, I do leave my Four Flex on, but it cuts off at a certain time. So around, if it's been like 25 minutes and I still haven't came to the vehicle yet, it just cuts off on its own. But by the time I do get there, it's still warm on the inside because I've had the heated seats and the heater on. So I do like that. Some other people, theirs stay on the whole time. I wish mine did, but I guess, that prevents me from wasting a lot of gas. So maybe I should be thankful. Living, not living, but being off post, like when I was at going to Walmart or Costco's or anything like that, some people did leave their cars on the whole time while they were in the store, even if they maybe was in there for maybe 40 minutes doing a whole shopping spree. Me, on the other hand, I always felt uncomfortable. So with my husband, if he went with me, he hates shopping with me because he says I take too long and he don't want to be sitting there all day waiting for me. So what he would do is be like, "Hey, I'm gonna stay in the car. You just go inside." So of course he's in the car. The car is gonna be on the whole time. Or if my children come with me, my oldest daughter, she's 14. She kind of like, I just want to ride. I don't want to go in the store. So she usually would just stay in the car. Of course, I lock the doors and everything, and she would just stay in there on her phone until me, get done shopping. So I mean, we don't keep our cars like all night on. No, only like when we're out. But here, just to keep your car from like not freezing and not turning back on, the people who have their car winterized, you actually can plug your car up. Me and my husband, on the other hand, our Ford Flex is not winterized. So what we would do, we would just put it in our heated garage every day, and of course it would start up like new. Now my husband did say those hours that he would be at work for like 12, 13, 14 hours and this sitting outside, every few hours he would come and like crank it back up and like let it stay on it. Of course, it just goes off by itself. But he would do that just to make sure that he wouldn't be stuck at work. So I would suggest for other people to get their vehicle winterized. I mean, I know it costs, I want to say between $500 and $800, depending on what vehicle you have, because at least with that, you can keep your car off and just plug it up and you'll be fine. But us, when we first got here, we was broke from that move, so we couldn't afford it. And after we got here in 2021, which was the worst winter apparently they've had here in the past few years, we felt like, since we got through that winter, we can pretty much get through the other ones as well. And we did, because now it's April, the snow is melting, it's getting warmer outside right now, and we're set to leave here in October. So we got through, but I would just advise anybody else. Winterize your car will probably be the best thing. Just my opinion. So my next question is, someone wanted to know, how is the weather right now? All right, well, today it's April 22nd. It's a Monday. Actually, for the past 5 days, it's been wonderful. On Friday, I took my kids on a walk on the trail by my house, and it felt so nice. Like, this is probably the first time since being here in April that I feel spring. Like, it's warm. Like, it's actually warm where I can wear a short sleeve shirt. My kids can wear shorts. It's so nice. Now, of course, when you get in the shade, it feels like a little cool, but it's great cool because you're walking out in the bright sun, so you're feeling a little warm, and then you get under a shade tree and you feel so nice. But of course, I want to say probably by the time it gets like 8, between 7 and 8, it starts feeling real cool. And of course, in the night, it goes back down to like 40, 30 degrees. And in the morning, when the kids get up for school, it's like around 30s, 40s. But crazy enough, the highest temperature lately has been between like 55 and 59. And when I tell you it's hot, I don't know, is it because like, it looks like we're closer to the sun, because the sun is, I will say, way brighter to me here than it is down south. And I was telling my friend about it yesterday. I was like, it's actually been hot, because my friend, he lives in Georgia, and I was like, it's actually been hot. He was like, you mean, is it like Alaska hot or Georgia hot? And I was like, they feel like Georgia hot, but with no humidity, because Georgia is very humid, and it's not humid here, it's like dry heat, but it's still hot regardless. And I am loving it. I even, like, me and my kids walked to the shop at the other day to get some snacks, and someone had their baby out in their little sliding pool already in April. The kids are out swimming outside and had their little water sprinklers on. So yes, this by far, since I've been here, and I'm glad because this is my last year here, so I need to leave here on a good note with the weather, because the weather has been kicking my butt the last 2.5 years. So I'm glad to say that it's actually feeling like spring in April, because last year it was freezing. The snow had already gone, because there's still some snow on the ground right now. But last year, the snow had melted fully and it was still freezing. It was still like 30, 40 degrees in April. And I feel some type of way because I tried to prepare myself. So I went sheen crazy and got all these cute long sleeve shirts and sweaters. And me and my husband was headed to some friend's house Saturday, and I thought I was about to wear a sweater. My husband was like, and I asked him like how I look, and he was like, "You look good, but you're not about to wear that sweater because it's hot." And he was right. It was hot. It's hell outside. And I ended up putting on a short sleeve and wearing some jeans. I gotta get me some sandals, because right now the only thing I'm prepared with, I only got boots, tennis shoes. It's about time to even get the sandals. I'm gonna have to agree, it's about time to get sandals. So I need to be trying to go on Sheen, Fashion Over, or something, and order me some cute sandals, because my feet kind of was burning up the other day in my tennis shoes. But still, around this time, you may still need to wear it, because Like I said, it's still snow on the ground. It's a lot of huge puddles everywhere since the snow is melting, of course. But right now, the weather is actually great. I can see that summer is right around the corner. All right, so I think we're done with all my questions. I just wanted to make a little short video just to answer some questions for some people. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment, please. And I will answer any more questions that you may have. I'm hoping that this video was informative. I'm sorry for taking so much time away from my YouTube videos. I was trying to well, I'll just do some TikToks, but apparently I need to get back on my YouTube comments because they were helpful. And that's what I'm here for, to help, of course. So please, like I said, just like, comment, please subscribe, and I will be talking to you guys again.